Hello, folks. Welcome to the Hello World Podcasting with Magdalena. How is everybody doing? Listen, I just wanted to thank you for tuning into my podcasting channel and welcome you wherever you are listening to my information around the globe. So, for those who are new, I just wanted to let you know that my podcasting is about personal growth, mastering ourselves, understanding what's really going on, bringing ourselves in an alignment, and in the process, actually using astrology. Because I think astrology is a pretty amazing tool. At least I like it. And, to help ourselves, to extract the issue and see, where we are still kind of struggling. And at the other side, using astrology for the collective. I call this, GPS for the, collective. And also for the personal use, because it's really helping us, to give us idea what's really going on. And then from there on, we can kind of, bring more inside ourselves and metabolize all these energies and integrate them. And that is very much, when I'm talking about that shadow, that's what it is, because everything what is still unresolved is outside in the collective. And that would be maybe a great way, if we wanted to really to do changes and stuff. The more we are doing, our own personal work, the less is outside, and that's how we are able to harmonize more and more the energies around us. So, okay, so let's see, what is the topic for today? Let's see as I go. How about that? Folks, we still have Mercury retrograde. Oh my God, tomorrow is the last day on the 28th. Okay, that's telling us that, it's a pre-recorded. Things show what I'm doing right now. So, and yes, and it will take another 3 weeks until I get in the position or in the spot when it turned retrograde. So whatever you were dealing right now in the last 3 weeks, it was actually about our unresolved issue. And everything reorganize, redo, reestablish, recommunicate, find maybe new ways to communicate with outside world. And let me see. Okay, we have a Sun in Aries, Capricorn in Moon today, Mercury in Pisces, and guess what? Venus moved into Pisces. So do not be surprised if you're finding yourself very sensitive, very emotional. Okay, and we have a Mars in Taurus. Ooh, that will end up to be a very interesting combo. Mars is right now in the Earth sign, so and being in Taurus, it will end up to be, very outspoken. And so Venus can end up to be a little sensitive and emotional. So I wanted you to kind of pay attention to that. And Jupiter in Sagittarius, Saturn Capricorn, Uranus Taurus. Ooh, folks, remember I was telling you that my sensation, Uranus being in Taurus, is a big time that the collective will stand up and voice itself. And I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is coming right now on the surface. I'm sure you can see it. Neptune is in Pisces. These are actually all long-term planets. So look, like I mentioned before, they are not changing so frequently. They signs. Pluto is in Capricorn, Chiron is in Aries, just the beginning, and the True North is in Cancer retrograde, and Lilith is in Aquarius, also retrograde. So I always say, so what does that all mean for us? As we can see, we have quite a bit of cocktail of different signs, different energies. And most of the time when we have this kind of combo that really means, how we are handling different elements, folks. And the bottom line is the alchemy or alchemical process, when we can take all the understanding and mastering ourselves, and transforming ourselves. That's pretty much what I would call alchemy, because most of the time what is really happening is that we are struggling with so many aspects. One of them is taking our voice back. Next one, empowering ourselves. And oh my God, folks, I may have a little info that I would like to share with you. Let me just kind of click on it, and just give me a second. If you go on the universal shift of consciousness, there is a handbook for the new paradigm by Gregory Green. And the first thing it says, you are not your physical body, you are not your physical matter. You are not the physical matter, you are energy. Pretty amazing material. And if you really wanted to understand what's really going on, this is a pretty good way to start. And as I said, you can actually read this in a PDF form, or you can even go on the YouTube and check out the handbook for the new paradigm by Gregory Green. George, actually, not Gregory, George Green. Also, they have a YouTube in it. I think the whole thing is around 6 hours, but you can kind of go by segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I think. So it's, gives you the 1 hour increment. So I thought, that would be maybe a good way to share with you folks. So, because look, I always say, what this is, it's empowering you how to learn to master yourself, because every one of us is an individual for itself, and we have our own lesson, and then there is this whole collective that we are dealing, and on the collective level, we are really right now shifting in a sense by shifting the energy. And I think what we are going to hold on, is this my dream? Sorry for that ironic statement. Or is this really something that we can actually achieve? And that is to move from this polarization, good, bad, black and white, and conquering and abuse and control into that. There's plenty for all of us. But it begins actually with a mindset. And remember, I've been actually talking about a lot about this Chiron in Aries, that what it will kind of help us to understand all this programming and all these memes. Oh, wait a minute. I kind of wanted to share something with you too, something else. And that is how to understand the technology and the human mind. And I think sometimes we are complicating certain things, that it could be so simple, but because it's so simple, we may not want to use it, or we are just kind of ignoring it. And since right now we are dealing with so much censorship on the internet, and the information, this is what came to me just recently. So I'm just kind of sharing with you that as they are writing these algorithms, it's the coding. Okay, so what does that mean in our natural state or organic state? These are our thoughts. Okay, Algorithm in the computer language is, I would compare it to the attraction in the organic world. And then internet, for the technological term, would be the human mind. So, I'm not quite sure is this something that it will help you, but to me it's like, oh my God, these two worlds, how they are working. Here we have one is artificial through the coding, algorithm, and internet, and then we have the organic side of it is the thoughts, attraction, and mind. So, pretty simple, as I said, but it's very powerful, folks. And I think this will end up to be a huge interaction, actually, with the Chiron in the Aries, meaning that maybe one group will kind of go into the technical arena, and the more organic will end up to go into the thought, attraction, and consciousness. So this is something that I am kind of sharing with you as a food for thought, and because so many times, here we are dealing with the censoring and shutting the information, yet there's this unbelievable morphic field that we've been communicating before through the telepathy and intention. So maybe this is something that we wanted to kind of strengthen more, exercise it more, and look like I've been saying, this Uranus in Taurus, voicing ourselves, yet on the other side there's this incredible control system going on, look like that. I would call this, Saturn in Capricorn, creating limitations. And on the other side, as always, we've been communicating without internet in the past. And maybe we just have to kind of relearn and trust more our physical body and our intuition, and, respect more our energies and the information, or actually, I know, I was trying to use the word senses. Everybody's just kind of telling us that, senses are wrong. I mean, we are getting a wrong picture. Well, guess what? We are just talking about 5 senses. Most of the time, they are talking about 5 senses. I've been telling you that I've been reading this book that is talking about our 12 senses. And to me, it's so amazing because everything is energy. Again, and when we start to go back and trust to the information, what we are getting, that's how we are starting actually to reconnect to our own self. Because right now we are totally programmed and disconnected from our true nature. So, okay, folks, I hope that was informational to you. Oh, let me see if I wanted to check one more thing. That would be important. Yeah, I mean, as we've been talking about, look, like I said in the other podcasting, that Aries is right now starting the whole new cycle. And also with the Chiron in Aries, we are starting a whole new cycle. With the Venus in Pisces, Venus is always about our own value. And I would say being in the Pisces right now, she is just reconstructing itself. Meaning we've been so much in this dualistic world and in this savior victim mentality. And let's take personal responsibility and accountability and shift that energy. because when we can